come so far to harbor life. Like it or not, for the moment, the Earth is where we make our stand.
You guys remember ODD TV? I say remember because I guess he still puts out content, but at the same time, he doesn't actually. You may have seen him recently on Simon Dan's channel, or on the Shills livestream with myself and others. I think Sir Sick might have done a video as well. Anyway, ODD put out a video called Outer Space Isn't a Place, It's a Lie. Problem is, it isn't a new video. When I heard the distinctive annoying melody in the background of the video, I knew I'd heard it before. In fact, I debunked it before. I've done one live stream on Twitch in July of 2018. This was before I had this channel, and it was only ever posted on my group channel, which I've since handed over to my friends. 3 people watched while I was live, and the YouTube upload received a whopping 56 views, 0 likes, and 1 dislike. So, now that this same video has reared its ugly head once again, it's time to revisit it. At times I'll refer back to my original stream because I noticed immediately that this new upload has something missing. Something very interesting.
There's this one video where the actor is going around a corner and he is faded out before making it completely out of the viewer's sight.
Faded out indeed. As Dan pointed out in his video, this is a television edit to save the time of the astronaut turning around and coming back. In fact, it's pretty obvious when you watch the exercise bike he bumps when he moves past it. Also, this video begins with ODD mid-sentence, 3.5 minutes into the original video. Why would he skip over all of this wonderful content?
The 3 astronauts, excuse me, astronauts,
oh my god,
all
really? Really? Actor-nauts. Actor-nauts, guys.
So much so that when they are shown this evidence, their ego won't allow them to accept that space is a hoax.
Sort of like how when people show you videos of the ISS filmed through their own telescopes, you say that it's like a drone, like the world's most unaerodynamic drone that never gets, needs to come down for repairs or anything, and can be tracked around the entire world.
We catch them glitching.
Oh look, more artifacts. You see that shit on Skype all the time. How is this proof of them slipping up? Leftover frames. Thank you for highlighting it. Oh, and also while he does movements that would be impossible with a harness.
Let's not forget space bubbles.
Space bubbles that defy all laws of motion and are minuscule compared to actual air bubbles underwater, which you show a few seconds later effectively debunking yourself. Skip.
So many times during spacewalks outside the International Space Station, we can see air bubbles rising up. Can you touch on how there are air bubbles in space?
Can you be more specific? Air bubbles?
So yeah, like a lot of times during the footage, the NASA footage, you can see bubbles coming up out of the helmets or kind of from underneath you. How do you explain bubbles in space?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, and it just...
Yeah, that mid-sentence cutoff isn't obvious at all. Here's the full clip in which Kelly actually explains what it is that Flurfs claim are air bubbles.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. Now sometimes you get water in the helmet, and it's either from sweat or from the cooling garments. And in some of my spacewalks, I had water in the helmet. Not like I was going to drown in the helmet, but just little bits of water probably came from sweat. Often on the outside of the space station, you'll liberate little pieces of, it's a really harsh environment out there, and the outside of the space station gets beat up pretty good. And sometimes, you'll see just little flecks of paint or something that you might have disrupted floating away from the suit. And, that's generally what that is.
NASA tells us that the Earth is photoshopped because it has to be.
It is photoshopped, but it's has to be.
Point refuted 1,000 times, further showing this is ODD working on 5-year-old arguments. Skip.
Some NASA actors say that you can totally see stars when you're in space.
Whilst in space, have you ever looked away from Earth into the black void?
Yet another Pratt. Let me explain like you're 5, ODD. When there's a bright shiny piece of rock in the way, like, you know, the moon, you won't see stars. Other places, like on the ISS, you will. I'm not going to waste my time playing the whole clip where Don Petit talks over Mike Massimino and the whole clip where Neil Armstrong says, "We didn't see stars on the surface of the moon during the day." ODD then goes on to babble about how NASA can't leave low Earth orbit and shows a dozen half sentences to prove that point. He then takes Don Petit out of context again with the whole NASA lost the moon tech argument, yet another Pratt, and that's where this video ends. But where did the rest of the original video go?
Freemasonry is a Jewish establishment whose history, grades, official appointments, passwords, and explanations are Jewish from beginning to end.
What? What am I watching? Guys, what have I gotten into? Huh. I wonder why you'd want to cut out something like that, ODD. Maybe because the channel that video was posted on got deleted or banned or something. Weird. Can't imagine how that happened. So, Flurfs, what's with all the Nazi bullshit? Natalie Thompson's been up to it as well. Taking a look at his Facebook group, we can see he's been posting photos of his book collection. Let's see, what do we have here? Solving the Mystery of Babylon the Great, huh? Never heard of it. Let's look it up on Amazon. Oof, these related purchases are not promising, are they? Let's read the description. Never before have the crypto Jews who seized the reins of power in Rome. Yeah, I've had about enough of that. Crypto Jews, huh? Is that like Israeli Bitcoin? Ah, I see. Jews disguised as other religions. The best conspiracies are the ones based on feelings and no evidence. What else is in Nathan's book collection? I see some flat earth map bullshit, you know, the thing that he told Aaron Ra he doesn't have, and, ooh, Behold a Pale Horse by Bill Cooper, the crackpot granddaddy. Just some quick notes on Bill Cooper. He believes AIDS was created to kill black people and homosexuals, Kennedy was assassinated because he was about to reveal the extraterrestrial invasion of Earth to the public, he was killed by police after he shot one in the head, and the Oklahoma City bomber happened to be a big fan. What else is in Nathan's collection? Ah, there it is. The Protocols of the Elders of Zion. Ever heard of that one? Well, it's a document that purports to describe a Jewish plan for global domination. Plagiarized from several sources, it was published in Russia in 1903 and proven to be fraudulent as early as 1921. It relies on generalizations and platitudes, saying things like, take control of media and financial institutions, which are obvious requirements, as well as change the traditional social order, which doesn't give any specifics. It also happened to be used by a certain Führer of Germany in the late 1930s. So, Nathan believes a book written by a Russian politician who ripped off other people's work and changed the word government to Jews. So what is it with the Nazi crap? It doesn't take very much scratching beneath the surface to get pretty much every conspiracist to admit that this is what they believe. I think we've been asking the wrong questions. We've been so flabbergasted as to the why behind Flat Earth, and we focused on that. Instead, let's start asking who, with 3 parentheses, and go from there.
If you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe and turn on the bell for notifications. If you want to support me further, consider becoming a member or a patron, or checking out my merch or my Amazon links. Thank you, and I will see you over the curve, Space Cowboys.
In a vast cosmic arena. Our imagined self-importance, the delusion that we have some